All right. Hi, everyone. Facebook just made some changes this morning that I noticed. I can't stream into the Facebook group, so I'm going to have to share it later on. This is really weird. So if you like to write in the comments, is there where you're from, what you do for a living, and is there anything particular you would like from today's session? So I'll just look at the chat. All right, we have a quiet crowd today. So how to close the right strategy. Hi, Gail. I think that's how to spell you, how to pronounce your name. I'm doing good. Oh, good. Yeah, pronounce it right, Gail. So choosing the right strategy. All right. I will try to address that, Gigi. And if I don't, please feel free to unmute yourself and I can ask the question. So let's just me screen share right now. Oh, and I believe somebody else is trying to come in. So let me, all right. So here I am, I'm in my Instagram account. So looking for clients on Instagram is very, very, very much different than Facebook. So what I recommend, if you choose one platform to market, choose one and then really focus on it until you understand that platform, and then you go on to the next. For me, I was focusing on Facebook for quite some time, and then I have delved into Instagram. And so I will talk to you everything I know about Instagram and how I actually get consults and close on sales that way. All right. So first thing is your profile. Your profile is basically your funnel. Mostly it's about letting people know what you do, and then you can, when people see your profile, they click on it, they can register for your course, or they can, if you have a course or have a consult. There are some things I'm going to change in my profile, and there's one more. Let me see. How do I see it differently? Okay, yeah. The way you find clients on Facebook and Instagram is totally different. The way I find clients on Facebook is that, I don't do this, but I know this is a strategy, is when you have friends, you're not really friends, but friends, business friends per se, you want to make sure your friends are your potential clients. I do not promote my business on my personal page, because that's just what Facebook terms and conditions are, is that your personal page is personal, is for your friends and like real family and real friends. So I really do not promote on my personal page, but if you do promote on your personal page, you want to make sure your friends are actually your potential clients, your friends that you really don't really know personally or interact. A second way in Facebook to get clients is to go into Facebook groups that has your potential clients. And it's really important, the naming of the Facebook group. Gigi, probably you are an Empowered Mom Entrepreneurs Facebook group or whatnot. So maybe if you're in that group, you're helping mom business owners. So I want to make sure the naming of the Facebook group really is important. So the naming of the Facebook group should have your ideal clients in it. So it's who you know who it is, and what they would get from it. There's a result. So Empower Mom Entrepreneurs is for a mom to collaborate and support each other in business. That's what the Facebook group, the name tells you what it is. So when it comes to Facebook, I really highly recommend going into Facebook group and advertising there. that way. And even if there are Facebook groups that do not allow promotion, they're a great opportunity even to get clients, because you can actually go in there and create value and write posts that are valuable. And then people are like, ooh, that's really interesting. And I've done that in Facebook. I've gone into groups to promote, not really promote, but say, you know, what I learned, what has helped me in business. So I'm creating value for my potential clients, and then they DM me. And that's in Facebook groups that don't allow promotion. I do that as well. So does that help you, Gigi, in how to find clients on Facebook? All right. So here on Instagram, there is, oh yeah, another way, sorry, I forgot about another thing here. There's another way to find clients on Facebook is, that's not me, that's me. Let me just close that. Say I'm gonna go to Women's Helping Women Entrepreneurs Facebook group, right? Another way to find clients in Facebook group that don't allow promotions. This group, you're not allowed to have promotions at all unless you pay for it. So, but you can still find clients this way. So basically you go to the search bar in the group and you say you're a web designer. So web design. And there might be somebody asking for web designs. So let's look at this one. Hi everyone, our agency brand and web partner in the UK is urgently looking for a junior web designer to help with some projects. So searching for keywords and what you do also helps you find clients. That's in this site where you can't find, you can't promote. So those are some of the sneaky ways that you can promote your business on Facebook in any group, So back to Instagram. Here's my Instagram profile. And basically, your profile really needs to indicate what you do for a living. And you're allowed to have hashtags actually in here. And so when people search the hashtags, you would show up. And so this is how you, and then you do what you have a statement on what you do. And then you can also have more hashtags. So a lot of people don't have hashtags in their profile here. And I actually have a link, and I came and checked my profile yesterday, and I'm propelled. I am encouraged to change this, because this here, it doesn't really look professional. I created this in Canva, and I decided to keep it because I thought the look and feel looks really good and stuff like that. But it didn't do it this morning, but it did it on my phone, where people would click on my profile and it went to a link that says warning from Instagram that you go into an external source. So that's like a message that's scaring people away. So I'm going to go away from this and probably, update it on my website. So other people use Linktree. So here's an example of what people do here in their bio. So when people say bio and link, they're actually referring to this website address. So here are some example. So we know Tony Robbins. I think everybody knows Tony Robbins. So this is his Linktree. This is Linktree. I don't really like Linktree personally because there isn't really good graphics. And so Linktree is basically a series of links that you can click to. And for here, it looks like he's looking for a donation to save trees, which I really am all for, because I have kids and I want to leave the world a better place. Another way that people have is, say, another Charlene Johnson. she has a website herself, and then you can choose whatever direction. So that's that. And so people do go into this. I think I had somebody register for a consultation yesterday, so they probably came on it onto the computer, and what they did was probably book a session with me that way. So let me know if you have any questions. There's one more chat. Okay, thanks, Gail. Another thing is to make sure these are highlights. If you want to create these little highlights, you can actually go into one of my favorite tools. If you actually have been on my Facebook for quite some time, you know that I talk about Canva all the time, and I will have a Canva training sometime in June. So I'm going to be posting it maybe today, tomorrow, or on Monday about when my next Canva training is. I just totally love it. So these highlights are basically stories. So stories, I don't know if you guys know how to create stories. It's just something you create on the phone, and you can actually create highlights with the software I have. Instagram has these highlights you can choose from, like so, and then you can just send it to your phone, and then you can just upload it onto into a story, and then the story you can actually mark it as highlights. So all these highlights are basically stories that are you going to capture permanently until you change it, and really have these set up so somebody have clicked on these highlights and gone through and whatnot. I've had people come in here, and I've had workshops about a client funnel, and so they wanted a recording. So I haven't done changed these. It's been like 16 weeks, 22 weeks. So it's been a long time since I worked on it. So I'm glad I'm having this training, because I'm like motivated to change my highlights, because I've grown so much this year so far. So making sure that this allows people know what you do. And so here is another difference on how you find clients on Instagram. It's you either can get clients through, let's say you go to this, I do this all the time in my Facebook group. This is one way. Let me see, go into my Facebook group. Here it is. I actually do basically an Instagram train. So if the potential clients are in a Facebook group, you can do these Instagram train. And I do this once a week. It's on Sunday. So I encourage you to connect and put your information here, comments on each other's posts, follow each other. So basically, if your ideal client's in this Facebook group, then that way your audience is seeing your posts. That's one way. Another way to find clients, and I want to make sure I haven't missed a comment. I don't think I can see it. All right. Another way to find clients is through a hashtags. So if I'm going to think about mom entrepreneurs, that's what I focus on. Just a second, my son's here. He's getting home from school. Is through hashtags. And what I'm going to do is don't go to the top post, because these people are not going to be the ones who need my support. I am going to go down and go to the most recent. And I'm just going to be like liking them. I'll go to her post, and I will, like it, comment, love this, give it a lot of attention, whatnot, and more likes. So all that stuff. And that's why it's so important to have your profile here be all set up. So this is how people actually start looking at my profile, and then they're like, oh, this is good, I'm going to follow her, she's important. Another way to find a client on Instagram and have the followers is sometimes your niche is really hard to find. Just say, Suda, I think you're a health and wellness. I'm not sure what exactly health and wellness you're in, but say you're focused on gut health. And you're not going to necessarily find people who's going to say, hey, I have gut a health issue. You might, but chances are you probably won't. So what you can do is go to an external source, find the people who are leaders in your field. And then those people are going to be followed by people who need support in gut health, for instance. So what I do is I can go to YouTube and I'm going to say gut health. And I'm going to look for somebody who is pretty well known, who might have an Instagram account. So this is a business guy. She has an account. She's a doctor. And I'm going to go down here and find her IG account. Here it is. This is her IG account. And then I'm going to start talking go to one of her promotions or posts. And I'm just going to start talking. Once in a while, somebody would talk about, the importance of health. I think I was scrolling through her posts. Let's see. I could say something along the line of how it's so important to, eat well, because this helped me cure my autoimmune disease by focusing on gut health. So you basically interject and people are like, ooh, you say something important, I'm going to follow you. And also you can just follow these people who are already commenting, because those are the ones who are your potential clients. And you start commenting on their posts and loving them. And that's another way. So when it comes to getting clients on Instagram, it's also really, really important to grab your potential clients' attention. And one way to know what your potential clients are talking about and focusing on, because they're trying to create they're looking for some kind of results. And one of the things that people say they don't know what to post is because they don't really not sure what their potential clients are looking for. And so if you go to this other website that I use, and you're allowed to, it's called Answer the Public. So say you are focusing on gut health. These are some of the things who people have gut health are going to be talking about. So these are example of posts that actually would your potential clients would be gravitating to. So just as a recap, it's 10:30. I'm going to recap. Let me see. Create I'm going to create a new doc here. So I'm going to make these big. So to connect to your potential clients is Instagram train within Facebook groups is one way. One way. Second way is use hashtags to look for your clients. And third way is find influencers in your niche and follow, comment on their posts. And from there, you can just say, follow, comment on people who follow the influencers, for instance. And then I suspect some other industry that you might have to use number 3 is probably somebody in a finance, if you are trying to find somebody who needs support in finance as well. And then that's how to find those clients. And then when you post, it's about going to answer what to post. Is go to answer the public, for instance. And also, if you also want more idea of what to post, you can go to the websites of your influencer. Let's go to Tony Robbins, who's a business coach. Actually, let's just stay on the train. Let's see if she has a website. Here's a website for her. We'll continue on the gut health issue. So you go to her and you just look at the thing that she is talking about. So let's talk about food. Gut health is all about food. And these will give you ideas of what to post to create attention. I know when I had gut health issues, I had a hypothyroidism, I had to eat chocolate, and I had to worry about clean or not clean, clean my environment, clean my food, and all that stuff. So these are a type of topics that you could post, and recipes is good to grab people's attention. So let me unscreen share and see if you had any questions. If not, then I guess we would stop share. So let me see if you, okay, so you don't have to follow them on IG. So how much time do I spend on Instagram and Facebook, and what activities do you do? Okay, so there are stories that you create, and it's recommended every time you do a story that the session between stories don't overlap, don't wait 24 hours. Like, have within the 24 hours period, make sure you have a story to keep the algorithm going. If you want to reset the algorithm, you want to have the story lapse for maybe from story to story 24 hours to reset it. But if you don't want to reset it, make sure you have a new post within 24 hours. So what I do, because I'm not really as active as you think on my social media, what I do is I set one day I'll have 2 posts on story, and then I have 1 post the next day and 2 posts and 1. That way I don't have to worry about if I actually miss the 24-hour timeline, and that really keeps the Instagram, the post going. And there are, if you want to know, I just sent a post in my Facebook group, Empower Mom Entrepreneurs, information about how to create a Instagram carousel. So basically a carousel is a bunch of pictures that people can just scroll through, and you're allowed up to 10. And one good thing about having a carousel is that people are interacting, and they're on your feed a lot longer than the regular the post they read, because they're actually scrolling through the pictures and all that stuff. So besides stories, I post maybe 2-3 times a week. That's it on IG. And for IG, is this on Facebook? This is Scale. This is on Instagram. You want to make sure the story. Oh yeah, the stories are 24 hours on IG. I know the stories on Facebook. I really don't know much about the stories on Facebook, except when I post. I actually have a section here on the phone, on the very bottom. It says if you want to post it into your Facebook stories, and I say yes too. But I'm really talking about the IG story, Instagram story algorithm. But you know, every time I do my Instagram story, I also connect it to my Facebook story as well. So yeah. Set the calendar in advance, what posts have done. So you can set your calendar in advance. It's not available for story. You can't set your calendar in advance. But however, you can have a software called Creator Studio, where you can schedule your post in advance. Right here. So you create a post, say IGTV or Instagram feed, or I'll just do Instagram feed. If you want to do your carousel, you actually do it through the Instagram feed. It'll do that way. And then you can just here. If I put my post and picture, right here is when you can set your timeline or schedule a post. It's right there. So the software I use to schedule my post is Creator Studio. So what about posting on Facebook? You can't use Canva to schedule. Canva is used for, oh, you can't see my screen? Sorry, I thought we were done. Thank you. Okay, so what I missed? Okay, I think I missed this part. To schedule a post, you go to Creator Studio, and it's free, and it's owned by Facebook and Instagram. So super cool. So here, what I do, you can schedule a post on Facebook. I don't really schedule it on Facebook, but you can. I use this mainly for Instagram scheduling. Is I go here, click on Instagram, create a post. So you have a choice of Instagram feed or Instagram IGTV. If you want to create a carousel, which is the information is actually in my Facebook group, how to create the carousel. You'll just go in the Facebook group. I actually, have links for it, so you can know how to do a carousel. It's go to Instagram feed, do your caption, your writing, whatnot, have your hashtags. And I normally have like a set of 3 sets of hashtags that I rotate through my posts. And then I go to add content, picture, videos, whatnot. And then I go to, if I remember, I don't always remember, is to go to my Facebook, my business account. And then if you want to schedule it, just go to this here. You can actually, because it's not highlighted right now, I can't do anything because I haven't written anything here, but you can schedule it down here. And I think it's really self-explanatory. So let me see, I see more comments. Now, Let me see if I can. Okay. What hashtags do I avoid? Can you schedule on, Canva, you can schedule on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn? It's new? Oh, cool. I'm gonna like, really? Okay, right, cool. I am gonna look into that you can schedule it from Canva. Is it available for free version or do you have to have paid? Okay, well, I'll check into that. Thank you so much. I'm always learning. So this is something I'm going to add into my next Canva training, Sudha. Remind me if I don't put it in, about scheduling through Canva. And how do you choose hashtags? What hashtags do you avoid? I don't know if I really choose hashtags. It is recommended there are for somebody who's a beginner, if you use all the hashtags that are the most popular, you're going to be lost in everybody's feed. So you're going to have a combination, maybe a third that's really like big ones, like the $1 million, not the million, the million used hashtags, and then the tens of thousands, and just have multi-tier. So that way, the less popular hashtags is more searchable by you. So you're going to have to alternate between all that. And then if you become like, if you start having, 100,000 followers, you don't even need to use hashtags anymore. But until you build up your client base, you're going to have to use them. The most popular, then the least medium popular, and then the least popular. That way you are searched by a lot of people. What else is there? Do I have any more questions? Well, you know what? Let me see if I can schedule, since we have some time, if you can schedule on Canva. See if it comes up really quickly. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to read on this. So if anybody wants to take over and explain how you want to schedule on Canva, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, I'm happy to jump in quickly. Hi, Miu. Hi, everyone.
Let me I'm going to stop share and I'm going to give you permission.
Oh, no, I can just tell you if you were to like prepare a post.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just guide you there. I've done it
Okay.
2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Okay, so here's Canva. So what do you want me to do?
So if you go and want to prepare a design, a photo.
Okay, so you go to regular design.
I tend to use an Instagram sort of picture because the format, because then you can just put it everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
So if
okay,
you
so
just,
let's say here.
yeah, just pick one up. Yeah, exactly. And then on the side there, you've got 3 dots, I think. Yeah. And there you can just literally pick the date, the time, the whatever, and different mediums. So if you've got all your account linked with sort of your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Insta, whatever, then
okay, so that's, I don't know, how do you, okay, so I'm going to make sure my account is linked. I've never linked my account, so I'm going to be doing that training somewhere in June for the members. But thank you so much for the information. Now I know. And when did this come up?
I think it's been fairly recent. I would say in the last, I've been doing it. I don't know if you had LinkedIn before, but definitely had Facebook and Insta. I would say I've done it for the last months and a half.
It's so recent.
So I don't know before that because I didn't look before. I was doing through Facebook Business Suite. And it was just because I couldn't program in LinkedIn the other day. I was like, let's have a look again at this thing. And then that's when I realized you could actually have the 3 of them together.
Okay, let me look at that.
You can do Twitter, you can do loads of other things, yeah?
Look, let's just explore this. So you can do, let's say, Facebook group. Choose any group.
Yeah. And then you can.
I
think you just have to set up in your setting your group, your different pages, basically.
Okay. Okay, so it looks like you can share it in groups, share it in email,
If you
Twitter.
if you click see all, you've got more option on the right. Like yeah.
All right, here you go. This is super cool because you can do this all at once. Perfect. All right, thank you so much, Gail. I love this. I'm like, oh, good. This is another way to save time. Let me see. I think there's another chat somewhere. So what activities do I do on Facebook and much time do you spend? I am an admin for Facebook group. So most of my time is approving the members to go into my Facebook group. Actually, I spend about an hour a day approving members to go in my Facebook group. And that is my like highly most time consuming part. So I really do not post that much. I do one video and then I advertise it in my Facebook group for YouTube. I do one YouTube video a week, and then it's all content based on how to do social media, and I post that on Facebook group. What I also do is the Instagram train, and I actually I spend Mondays, maybe 3-4 hours on Mondays, promoting members in my own Facebook group on the Instagram. I go and like and heart and show all that stuff. I actually comment and heart them. What other activities I do? I do post in other Facebook group the same post just once, because even though I am good at getting clients within my Facebook group and getting consults in my own Facebook group, I want to make sure I'm in other Facebook groups who don't know who I am, that my material, my posts, my promotions are getting attention. So I want to be current, where people don't really know who I am that way. So how much time do I spend on Facebook? If I wasn't an admin in Facebook group, it's probably not more than 2 hours a week. What I spend on Instagram, not more than 2 hours a week, because I do focus on making sure the IG stories do not overlap past the 24 hours. That is the time, that's the brain part of me. And I do just a few posts a week. So not that much time at all, because I actually make my family lunch, walk my daughter to school and pick her up at school at 1:30. And we get off screen time at 4 o'clock. So I really don't have that much time to work on business. So any more questions? What activities do you do on Facebook and much time you spend? If you don't do stories, what difference does it make? I'm sorry. Okay, Gigi and Gail, can you just unmute yourself? And I'm not sure I get it.
My question is if you just do postings on Instagram, and that's it, no stories.
I don't know I really don't know the answer to that. If I don't do stories, there are many ways to do posts. I don't know how that affects the algorithm. If that's what you're asking, I don't know. That's just what is recommended to me when it comes to being on Instagram, is to make sure your stories don't go past the 24 hours. When it comes to other posts, besides stories, you have your regular feed, which is the picture. You have your IGTV. You also have your reels, which is highly valuable at this time, because last year Instagram lost a lot of viewers and users because they went to TikTok, and so the reels came into being because they're trying, Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, is trying to get viewers back. And so if you are doing posts, nothing else, I think if you want to focus on just one thing, do Reels, because it's what Facebook, or actually Instagram, is pushing, because they want the people from TikTok to come back. So do that. I talked about Carousel briefly, and you can find information in my Facebook group. I can send you a link, just comment. What else is there? There's the IGTV. Let me go into my Instagram account, see if I make sure I have gotten anything. So you have Reels, IGTV. Yeah, I think that's all there is. Actually, you know what? I actually have this here. I created this yesterday just for fun. I highly recommend not posting right before bed, because I only got 14 likes. So do it during in the morning at least. I was just playing with it. I really didn't care doing it for just likes. I just wanted to get it done. So here, there are the different types of posts are. This is Reels. Oh no, that's not it. Is your feed. This is just a picture or a description of some kind. You have the Instagram live video. And what you do is there's an icon. If you go into, let's see. Reconnect with me in a couple weeks, because I'm actually going to do a whole series of videos about how to use each element of Instagram. If you go to the Instagram icon in your feed, let me see. There is a button somewhere. I just have to scroll through it, that you can actually do a live. It's like Facebook, but you're just like chatting and you're just talking and it's live. So that's Instagram Live. Another one is, these are a series of videos. Well, the video up to 60 minutes. And I highly recommend subtitling your IGTV, because a lot of people are actually scrolling through the Instagram with the volume turned off. So if you can subtitle, that's perfect. One software that I use, if you have really short ones, and you can do it for free, is Kapwing. So Kapwing. That's for subtitling. So I will put it here. Subtitle videos is kapwing.com. I've used that for subtitling. It uses the same one as YouTube, so it's going to be 90% accurate. So you're going to have to change it a little bit. So what else is there? Oh, let me use, this is me. You have your stories. We talked about that, up to 15 seconds. Again, recommended. Stories, subtitle that too, because people are actually on their phone with the volume turned off. Because if I'm on IGTV on Instagram, it's usually in the evening, and I'm, so I don't necessarily want my husband to be listening on, because he's reading a book right now. And then there's Reels, there's Carousel, and that's it. Those are the ones. So I hope I answered your questions. I was stopped after 15 minutes. I can load my.
Sorry, Miu, I've got quite a few questions coming. So just to clarify earlier, you don't want stories to overlap. Is that what you're saying? So you should put, like, literally you have to let them be live for 24 hours and then let them just die. Don't post anything else.
No,
and then...
the opposite.
Oh, so never let them die. So there's always something running.
Within 24 hours, because they only last for 24 hours on your phone.
Okay, so
and
in
they're
between
archived.
two. Okay,
Yeah.
So in between two should be like a max of 24 hours, like 23 hours, whatever. Not,
yeah.
As long as you
So one system that I do is one day I'll post twice. The next day I'll post once. So that way I don't have to, like, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That way I don't have to remember, did I post? When did I post yesterday? I don't know. So that way I'm like, okay, I don't have to think. And Oh, another thing about the Creator Studio is, let me come here. Let me go to the post. You will find is that you can go through all these, whatever, and if you don't like it, you can actually delete your stuff. So this is something I made 2 years ago. And if I don't like it, I can click on it and then delete. Or you can edit it here. So I really like this tool because you have better control and you can update your posts and or delete them. So that way. So yeah. All right.
Yeah, and so my other question to you was, so you said the ITGV, you can post up to 60 minutes. Is that when you're live on the ITGV? Because I think the problem I've had is let's say I've done a live on Facebook, but I don't believe I can have Facebook and Instagram at the same time if I've only got one phone. Live, or can you?
Well, you have a laptop on your phone.
Yeah. So I've never actually.
Like, this is actually literally my social media coach does that. She's like, you can go live on Facebook and you can go live on Instagram, and because Facebook, the format is this way.
Yeah.
Instagram is this way. So it's really hard to actually do it on one device. You're going to have to do it on two devices.
Okay.
So you can have the phone here and then.
Because the live, okay, that's funny because the live on Facebook, when I've put it like this, then I end up being like this on the video.
Yeah, well, I had that done once, and I don't know if you noticed, but they actually send you a message to rotate it.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I can't remember. I've done it once. Luckily enough, it was a tiny video. It wasn't like a long one, but if it was like one of my usual, which can be between 20 and 30 minutes, then.
Yeah, so it happened to me once where my video came sideways when I was doing a live on Facebook, and I did notice that there was a little comment and it told me to like rotate my phone, and I didn't do it. So I
may try again then.
Yeah, do it that way, and then plus you can always delete it.
Okay, so you could upload, let's say, a live video from Facebook and you save it, and then I've got it on my phone to then an ITGV, because if it was longer than 15 minutes, Instagram didn't want to pick it up.
Yeah. Instagram doesn't want to pick it up.
If it's longer than 15, which has been frustrating because the last couple I've done, they're like well over 15 minutes.
No, you can actually download it from Facebook. You do a live video on Facebook. You can download it. And okay, so there are many ways. You can download it and upload it onto Canva, my favorite tool,
okay.
and format it. So like this is here me doing present. I do present. This is what I do. Let's see, IGTV, right? Post format. How about Instagram TV? Do they have that?
You have not looked on the video side thing.
Okay, so let me see. I'm going to do presentation. Let me just test it out. Gaia, I appreciate that you're making my brain work today. So let's see, I have a video that I created. So I created this video. No, that's not a video. Here's 17 seconds. All right, and I'm going to, let me see if I can reformat it to Instagram. Do they have the format here? Okay, maybe not. So this is me on the phone doing it, formatting it this way. So I know Instagram, it's a square format, so 1080 by 1080. can do this. Let me see if this works. There we go. It reformatted me for the IGTV format. Now, what I do highly recommend when you are converting to IGTV, they create a thumbnail for you, and I highly recommend you create your own thumbnail, because I've had thumbnails that went like this. Like we close that with like a funny face. So create your own thumbnail for IGTV so you know what it looks like. Yeah, that way. So any more questions?
Yeah, Nick, I'm happy if you do a training on this next time as well.
Oh, on Canva?
On when you do the Canva, if whatever you tackle on there, there's
You know
quite a
what?
lot.
Since we're here and other people
No, but like more the thumbnail thing that you're talking about, because I don't know, sometimes,
thumbnail.
yeah,
So
like videos or whatever, yeah.
thumbnail is basically you can, do they have Instagram thumbnail?
I don't know. I'm really basic. I'm really basic with Canva outside of the
Okay.
scheduling.
Well, you can have, so here is templates for Instagram thumbnail. It looks like it's, yeah, you can just pick one of these templates and then you can just modify it. So since there's been requests for
So it's more like if you're using your video, as you said, just choose your thumbnail of which view you want to see, so you don't have like a
weird looking face. Yeah, so you choose your thumbnail. This looks like YouTube thumbnails, but you
okay.
can, because it looks like it's horizontal, this format. So let's say here, I'm going to use this thumbnail, or can maybe this. And it's thinking, I think I have so many things on, it's not liking this. I'm going to close all these. Okay, here it is. Yeah, this is the wrong format. So this is probably, yeah, they got a YouTube thumbnail. They don't have a Instagram thumbnail, but that's okay. You can go here, resize it to 1080 by 1080, because that's the format for Instagram. Wait, 1080, yeah. And then it's a square thumbnail, and you can fix it the way you want. So it looks like that. And then you can, if you're new, you say this is your picture. You want your picture, you can just upload a picture here and go to file. Say, here's my picture. Let's see, I'm gonna go through my feed here. Here's a picture of my husband. Of course, it's not gonna say about lot, and then it'll just replace itself, for instance. So, and then you can just download it and then upload it to your thumbnail. Since I'm here and a few people have requested I'm going to just right here on the spot set a date for the next Instagram Canva training, because I think it's one of my more popular trainings. So I'm going to go and say June. June 4th at 10 a.m. is my Canva training. So I'll put a note on that, June 4th. So I will put an event in the group and in Facebook, and then that would be June 4th is the next Canva training. So, all right. And if you go into my Facebook group, you actually can go scroll through announcements and you can see previous Canva training. I know there's people who are not in my Facebook group. You can actually DM me personally, and I will give it to you that way. You can connect with me that way. And so, and if you would like to have a discussion on how to grow your business, I do offer a complimentary session. There's no hard selling or whatnot. And then if you want to talk, here is my link in the chat. There it is. You can schedule a 30-minute session with me. So where do you get photos for your Instagram carousel? Oh, okay. Let me go back to that. I'm going to go back to screen share. So are you talking about this photos? So you can, if you are, okay, so if I'm going to go to photos, there are photos, let's see. There is actually a template in Canva called Instagram Carousel. So let's take this for example. There's actually on the left, there's actually a button, an icon called Photos that you can choose from right here. And there's also elements that you can choose from, which to do my carousel, I actually use, you know, like if you notice, there was this photo. So that's another way. Or you can actually upload your own photo from file. So if you, what you can do on the, to get a photo, you can go free royalty photos, and then you say, I don't know, working moms or something. And you can find free ones somewhere. And then you can download it and then upload it onto your computer to get that. So let's see what else. All right. Anything else? I think we're done. All right. It's an hour long. Okay, great. All right. I will see you at the next training. I think the next training, what is the next training? The next training is cybersecurity with my husband. It's May 8th. I really, really highly recommend this. If I were to give one word of advice when it comes to cybersecurity, is sometimes we subscribe to newsletters and stuff like that. It's highly recommended to not unsubscribe, to block it instead, because when you press the unsubscribe link, it's a link and you don't know where it's going. So rather than unsubscribe, block the sender. So I really highly recommend it. I am a software engineer by training, and I almost got hacked. I always did. I actually, because they know how to use the fear tactic. You don't have time to think. Even if you know better, you do not have time to think, and they can make you go through all this stuff because it's just so fast. So hopefully see you there, and I will see you in the next training. It's all right. Bye.
Thanks so much again.
No problem. Let's see.